So go back again to that first band that you were in at Manassas.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, how many pieces?
It was big.
Yeah,
I mean, it's bigger than the bands that we see in the black schools now.
and where had you gone to saxophone by then?
Yeah, I was playing saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah, $35.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and my dad was repairing instruments at the Melody Music Company during that time, which was on Madison, on the right hand side between Main and Front Street, and you had to go down some steps to get to it. Now that's Mr. Awater, who now owns the Awater family owns Emerald Music. Yeah, but my first saxophone, $35. And boy, you talking about a used horn. I think it was an instrument from World War II. No, World War One.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cause yeah, a long time ago. Man, I'm telling you, man, that horn was so horrible, but I was able to master it with chewing gum.
Patching the holes.
Well, putting chewing gum behind the pads that fall out, and if a pad is leaking, you could put a piece of paper on it. You were bending keys and everything, but I was doing it. I was learning them Louis Jordan solos, Earl Bostic.
Is that what you were playing with the school band or on your own?
No, man, it's in high school. Yeah,
That's what McDaniel was teaching you?
yeah.
Now he took y'all. Okay, tell me what kind of gigs you played. You did marching band stuff.
Well, we did. We played marching band, but see, at that time we used to have what they called the music festival. Oh boy, that was beautiful. Now the only person I know that still might have a picture is W.T. McDaniel's son, who is now in the jazz study program at Ohio State University. But the hardest tune as of yesterday that I have ever played in my life was Go Down Moses by W.C. Handy. I don't know what was on his mind. I don't know what he'd been smoking, drinking, or thinking. But that sucker was hard, man. And even today, if they put the music in front of me, and everybody that was in that band, they still have a problem with it. But we made it. We learned from Mr. Handy, just like he told us, says that if you're really interested in music, get out of Memphis. And I think he told the truth, because everybody that left Memphis, that went to New York and other places, they didn't come back. You understand? And those that came back, I wrote down this guy's name, Roselle Claxton. Okay, as a student at Manassas High School, it's an institute on the corner of and Madison and Second. Goodwin Institute. He was a piano player there for the radio broadcast. But didn't nobody know he was black, because they couldn't see it. All they could do was hear the notes. You understand? And we talking about on the radio. As an example, they say that Nat D. Williams was the first black disc jockey. No. Benny Fields was the first black disc jockey in Memphis. He was at WMPS in the commercial Mutual Tile building or something down on Main, which was right next to Court Square. Yeah, jazz, whenever, once a week, that was enough. But those of us who were interested in music, hey, we tuned them in. See, because the hardest thing was here it is, you buy a 7/8 record, and then when you wind the thing up to play it, sometimes it'll be in the right key and most of the time be in the wrong key. So hell, we had learned tunes in tunes that was more difficult than playing them in the right key. So, we had some strange experiences. Okay, at Manassas, we still talking about the rhythm bombs. When Lucky Miller came to the Handy Theater, he was having problems with the musicians. Okay, Oda Burris, Bird, Calvin Jones, Eddie Matthews, Jake Somerville and I played and made this circuit with Lucky Miller's band. We read the book, but Bull Moose didn't want Eddie Matthews solo on. The boy could play, man. I didn't solo. We had our lead alto player was Bernard Peacock. He's from Johnson City. Never heard of Johnson City. It could have been China. But we couldn't play. All we had to do was to read the music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now, I guess some of you might know and some of you might not know. But Al and Jack Goldman did a lot for black musicians. I mean, a whole lot. With Duke Ellington's group. See, we you know, as black group, we still had white friends. You understand? And you didn't get mad if your good buddy said use the N-word, you know, because he knew how to use it. And see, sometimes we get PO'd because you didn't say it right. Okay, that was so much for that. Now, some of the other strange people that I played with, man. First of all, the Five Royals. Oh, that was out of Nashville. In college, George Hunter, they just had his funeral Tuesday of last week. He ended up being, he didn't go to Manassas now, he was from DuSable. But I'm just trying to associate some of the groups from my being in the music department at Manassas High School. We had a woman there named Miss West. That was fourth grade teacher. She taught us folk. We had solfege in the fourth grade, man. We could sight read. We could sight read. And Mr. Lunsford wanted her to leave Manassas and go to Chicago. She eventually did. You understand? But she could play, man. Golly.
By the time you got to Manassas, were people still talking about Mr. Lunsford? You know,
You mean as a student?
well, like were you
see,
conscious of his legacy at that time?
Well, see, Mr. Lunsford played at our school every year when he would come to Memphis.
All right.
Yeah, and if you look in the book, Rhythm is Our Business, there are pictures that were made. You understand? So he was heavily influenced on us, man. You know, he said, how do you, no, I think Ben and Merrill asked him, how do you go about writing a tune? And so he said, well, you come up with the words first, if it's going to be a ballad, and the way that you pronounce words, it's a rhythm to it. And you just write the rhythmic pattern to the way that you write the words. You got the rhythmic pattern. Now you got to decide how the melody is going to be. You understand? And he was very, 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 as my father said, he was very neat, very manageable. Now the lady at Fisk University that wrote the book at Fisk in 1936 didn't even admit she was there with Lunsford before he came to Manassas. See, he came to Manassas as an English teacher and to coach football. And Mr. McDaniel was the first paid band director in Memphis. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was, if you had a saxophone and knew how to play it, people would go to you and take private lessons, just like I could not take piano because we didn't have a piano. And if I told my dad I want a piano, he said, where are we going to put it? On the front porch? So that was it.
Uh-huh.
So the first piano I had in my house, Isaac gave it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just gave it away last week.
You did?
Yeah. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of music.
Well, tell me, so there was W.T. McDaniel.
Yeah.
How many until you were band director?
Matt Garrett, Andrew Goodrich, Anza Horn, and I followed Anza. Now you talking about a guy that was nervous, man. Cause see, Anza's one of the best musicians that ever lived in Memphis. And little let us know, while he was on the road with Lionel Hampton, he was on the road. Quincy was also in that band, and he taught Quincy how to write.
Wow.
Now I got a picture of them somewhere at the house at Quincy's. I don't think Quincy know how old he is, cause whatever is his. I think he started off at the old age, and now he's going to work down to where he's going to end up being 1 or 2 years old. Yeah,
backwards.
but I got a thing at a picture at home that was made at a club in Chicago, and at Quincy's 19th birthday, and there's Ozzy playing the vibes.
Wow.
But he taught Quincy, and he was one hell of an influence on me, man. Cause I was nervous. I knew that musically, I came nowhere then to Ozzy, and even after Ozzy's death, it's the same. I respect him highly. I tell you, somebody else that did not get the musical credit that he deserved was Bill Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot of strange things that have gone down in the music field, especially here in Memphis, Tennessee. And I think that the reason why we are having problems is because the kids, they don't hear.
Yeah.